of sleep required by the average person is 5 minutes more. Wilson Misner. Sleeping is a way of most living organisms to regenerate their energy, as well as an efficient form to help restore the body in a healthy state for things like headaches, damaged tissues, and old or dead cells. Sleep helps remove tiredness, affecting you in a way where you can think much clearer after a nap or a night's slumber. So the first question is, why do we need sleep?
Okay, so in my opinion, we need sleep so our brain can recharge and rest after processing all the information we gather while we're awake.
Sleep also, it can repair muscles, it can strengthen the immune system, and various other stuff like it repairs tissues and aging or dead cells. We need sleep just as much as we need food. You can die without from being unslept, but from not sleeping for a long time way faster than you do starving or dehydration. The basic thing we need sleep is for to remove tiredness. We sleep to clean our brains.
Grows muscles and synthesizes hormones. The process helps to remove the molecular detritus that the brain cells churn out as part of their natural activity.
That, and along with toxic proteins that can lead to dementia when they build up in the brain. Now we get to the question on what happens when we sleep.
So while we sleep, growth hormones are released for young adults and kids.
During sleep, cerebral spinal fluid is juiced into the brain, and it cleans and flushes out waste products and stuff you don't need. To answer the question on how do we sleep, we have to compare sleep with another important survival tactic we use like sleep, which is hunger. Eating and sleeping is regulated by powerful internal drives. To not eat will cause starvation or pure hunger, and to not sleep causes one to be overwhelmingly sleepy. When you are in a state of quiet and dark, the brain transitions to what is called alpha activity. Subjects slowly isolate between attending to external and internal thoughts. Majority of internal thoughts being autobiographical or self-referential in nature.
Now we get to the question, how can sleep harm you? So oversleeping can cause depression and lower social economic status.
When it comes to sleeping, it may be if you snooze, you lose. And by that, I mean oversleeping can cause obesity. Those who have slept 9 hours or more have a higher chance of being obese than people with normal sleeping schedules. Sleeping too little can make you obese too. Not only that, it can also cause depression and many other side effects. Sleep plays a critical role in thinking and learning. It impairs attention, alertness, concentration, reasoning, and problem solving. Lack of sleep can also age your skin a lot easier. After having not slept that much after a few days, you may notice your skin's more sallow, there are fine lines, and there's darker circles around your eyes. It is important to know how much sleep is too much or little. A perfect optimum sleep can result in greater health and mental stability.
You may have noticed that when one sleeps, they may occasionally snore.
Snoring happens when you can't move air freely through your nose and throat in your sleep. Snoring is caused by the vibration of the soft palate as the lungs strain to inhale oxygen through obstructed airways. What is melatonin? Everybody has an internal clock that regulates your natural cycle of sleeping and waking up. Melatonin levels rise as it gets later and later in the day, and at night they're at their highest point. Melatonin is a hormone that puts one to sleep. or makes them sleepy. Normally, an infant's melatonin levels are usually the highest, but as you grow up more and more, your melatonin levels drop. Some people have very little melatonin or none at all, which encloses them from sleeping well or getting any sleep at all. People with insomnia usually have very low melatonin levels, and it causes sleep deprivation. Now let's talk about other fun facts about sleep. Man is the only species willingly to delay sleep. That fact mostly stands by adaptation. Over time, as the human race had become more and more advanced, as they were the smarter and the more dominant of the species of Earth, they had more time to delay sleep. As for animals in the wild, they don't do so, for they need to survive if they don't want to get eaten if they are prey, and they need to wake up to get the prey if they're a predator. The higher the altitude, the greater the sleep disruption. It is thought because of the thin air, it is harder for others to go through respiration, but one will adapt to it in about 2 or 3 weeks, which is called acclimatizing. We naturally feel tired 2 times of the day, 2 a.m. and 2 p.m. It is this natural dip in alertness that is primarily responsible for the post-lunch dip. If parents put their infants to bed when they are drowsy instead of tired or sleepy, the infants are most likely grow up to be called something self-soothers, which enables them to put themselves to sleep without assistance of their adult or parent. People who sleep more often usually have a bigger appetite, not the other way around. It is due that they are sleeping during the times that they should be eating instead of snoozing, as sleeping can also be another way one could become obese. You can cheat the amount of sleep you get. Sleep experts say that adults need 7 to 9 hours to get optimum sleep, as well as health and safety. When we don't get adequate sleep, we can accumulate sleep debt. That can be difficult to pay back if the debt becomes too big. Sleep deprivation has led to obesity, high blood pressure, negative moods and behavior, and less concentration on the road or a job or anywhere. The record for the longest period without sleep is 11 days. Sleep is just as important as eating or drinking. A person can last about 2 months without eating or drinking, but it's a way different story for sleeping. Sleeping or dying parts of you. Snails can sleep up to 3 years. The reason why is that they, like many other animals, hibernate during cold winters or seasons. This is a necessity in survival. It has also been known that some desert snails can do this for years before actually dying. That is all for now. Thank you for watching. Bye!